Okay, looking at working out the volume of a sphere. So first of all, please ignore my sphere here. It looks a bit like an egg, but I've just drawn it freehand. So there's my sphere. Okay, so we know that a sphere is circular, so we can assume that pi is used somewhere in the formula. We can also assume that because when we're dealing with circles, an area of circles, we use r squared, the radius squared in that formula. We could also assume that for working out the volume, that we need to use r cubed. Okay, so we know that we're going to use pi somewhere in the formula and r cubed somewhere in the formula. Okay, so to work out the volume of a sphere. Okay, looking at working out the volume of a sphere, well, first of all, because we know that we can connect, a sphere and a circle together, then we can also assume that pi is going to be used somewhere in the formula. We can also make the assumption that when we're working out the area of a circle, we're using the radius squared. So if we're going to be working out the volume, then we are going to be using the radius cubed. So the first two assumptions that we can make is that pi is going to be used in this formula and r cubed is going to be used in this formula. Okay, so the formula for working out volume of a sphere is the volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay, and once you remember that, then the rest is simple. I suppose it's like most formulas, really. So again, all we have to do is go and substitute the values we've been given into the formula. So volume equals 4/3, which stays the same, by pi, which also stays the same, by the radius cubed. Now in this case, my radius is 4 centimeters, so I simply put 4 cubed. Now our next step, I'm just going to show a bit more working. So we can skip ahead to working out 4 cubed. Okay, so 4 cubed we know is 64. Now if you type that into your calculator, 4/3 by pi by 64, you should get the answer of 268.08 centimeters cubed. That is how you work out the volume of a sphere.